says I'm live. But is it lying? Who knows? Well, just got a notification that I'm live, so that's a good sign, I suppose. It says one watching. Am I the one? So this is still, my desk is still all fucked up from when I was doing that switch housing swap, and I'm trying to figure out how I want. Oh, my trash can. Okay, trying to figure out how to organize this, because I totally just did. Whoa, yo, what up, Stellar? Dang, okay, you're on it, dude. That was fast. But yeah, it's still, I just didn't at the time didn't want to deal with putting all the stuff away, so I didn't. Yeah, let's see, this is the no fix. And here's the switch. I'm just gonna throw all this in a box and just, you know, pray that if I ever need to switch the housing back that I'll remember how all this went together. You know. Okay. Is that all the pieces of my Switch? I think so. So, cool. I'm debating leaving this camera right here, except for it. This is normally just keyboards on this. Dang, that shaky Cheryl up there. Generally, this is all keyboards right here, and oh my god. And so, I don't know. Maybe I'll find a good way to arrange my desk. Probably not ever. So, cool. Let's transition to what I'm actually doing today, which is a 6+ board. I've poked around on this a couple of times. I started it in my last lives, not the last one. I started it in the previous one to the last live stream, and I've poked around with it a couple of times, but what I needed here in my house was an additional power supply that I can series in with the one that I currently have on my desk, so that I can double up the wattage that gets sent to the board to find this short. So there's some random short somewhere on here. I don't know. I tried a couple of different things off camera because I didn't have enough time to kind of set up a live stream at the time. And I'm going to be completely honest, I don't remember where exactly the short is. I know it's on VCC main, and I poked around with some stuff, didn't really find anything. So now we're just going to blast it with electricity. I really hope I have a C14 cable and an open outlet so I can have both of these plugged in at the same time. If not, I'll just have to unplug something else, but we're going to do it. So let's go ahead and flip to Scopey view. Scoperino, Scopetown, Scopesville, USA. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay, so this guy, I really should like pull up my last live stream. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna just real quick, I'm gonna plug it in and see if I can get anything to get hot just with the battery, because I distinctly remember that a MOSFET was getting hot, so I pulled that MOSFET and was dumping power directly into it. Man, it's been a hot minute. Dang, I wonder, let me see if I can, there's some, my scope camera is always 1,000 times more zoomed in than it is in my eyepieces, and it's super annoying for me, and I'd imagine also for you guys. Okay, so this is where the issue was right here. Is that focused for you guys? Yes. Hell damn yes. So that's where the short was. This this guy right here, this whole situation was getting nuclear hot. However, that was not the issue. Focus. Okay. That was not the issue. That was a symptom of the issue, was that getting nuclear hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a schematic. My girlfriend, I think, is texting me. And we're going to see... What the shit? Oh, okay. Sorry. My bad. My bad. My, the name of my Google Drive folder had changed, evidently. So this is a 6 plus, and we want that schematic full. Bang, bang, bang. Should I put the schematics that I'm pulling up on the screen right now, though? That is the question. Okay, so here's the schematic full, and cool, so we can open it up tabbed style. Boopity boopity. Yep, already gotta start putting keyboards back at this spot on the desk, because the system doesn't work with nothing in this spot. Okay, so let's go ahead and transition to this. And I'm in an infinite maze. Okay. And so let us take a look-a-rooney here. And we are on the right arm facing orientation. This is, I believe, Q1403. Yeah, right by the old Tigris. And let's see. Q1403 and C1407 are removed poorly. I'm just going to go ahead and preemptively turn on all of the things that get hot. Boop, boop. Alright. And so did I forget the keyboard shortcuts, or am I doing this wrong here? Q1403. Yes, yes, yes. So that is our MOSFET. And just C1407 play into this in any reasonable way, or is that totally separate? C1407. PMID cap. So C1407 was not what I was feeding power into. I was feeding power directly into two of the pins on Q1403. And yes, I remember that very distinctly because I was super scared about shorting the wrong things to VCC main and blowing more things up. So that shouldn't be an issue. Let us go ahead and dump a shitload of electricity into that. We're gonna transition back to Scopy view. However, I should actually have the desk camera on here. Man, do they not make web camera cables long enough. No, you can't see what's going on if I do that. Sorry, trying to configure it in the studio preview mode. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to do this. Now, I'm sorry, up there, you can see the green screen, and it's not green screenery-ness. So if that ruins the illusion, if that shatters your suspension of disbelief for the stream, God, I'm so sorry. But that's real movie magic. That's when you see the scope picture behind me, and even now the desk, like, that's actually what's there. Believe it or not, that's how they make movies. That's how we do it in the big leagues. So what I have got is, man, you're getting a good view of my snowball eclipsing everything I'm talking about. We're gonna move this out of the way, and so we have 2 power supplies. And amazingly, you can actually see that. Damn it, with the snowball being in the way. So what I'm gonna do here is, just like, I don't know how much experience any of you guys have with batteries and battery configurations. I used to do a lot of stuff with buck regulators and multiple battery configurations. So ideally, what I should do, if this were 2 batteries, what I would do is I would put them in parallel, because that would double my amp limit while retaining the same voltage between the 2. It would draw amperage evenly from both of them. However, I have tried this before on 2 different power supplies. Actually, when I attempted it, I think it was 2 1803s, so 2 of this top one. And for some reason, when I put them in... What up, Christopher? When I put them in parallel, it didn't work. It only drew amperage from one of them. And I honestly, from an electrical engineering standpoint, I'm not sure how it managed to do that, like why it behaved that way. But I do know for a fact that I can put these in series. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set each one to half of my desired voltage, and then I'm going to put the positive from this guy into the negative of this guy, and then use the negative of this and the positive of this. I have no idea if I actually said that correctly, because it was a really confusing sentence that I didn't think about as I was saying it. But basically, one of these is going to act as the positive and one of them is going to act as the negative. They're going to chain together. When you have them in series, what that does is it doubles the voltage, but half of the amperage is still pulled from each. So essentially, these max out at... This one maxes out at 30 volts. This one maxes out at 18. But if I set them both to 2, they'll have half of the... they'll spread the amp draw of that entire voltage across both of them. So they can max out at 3 amps each. So that gives me a total of 6 amps. And at 4 volts, when this maxes out, 4 volts at 6 amps is going to be 24 watts, which ideally, depending on the component, will be hot enough for, well, that'll be radiating enough energy for me to discern what is actually getting hot, because finding this short is being a massive fuckboy. So hopefully it's just some random little cappy boy on the board that is just unhappy and I can't figure out which one he is. But job 1 is finding a way to plug this son of a bitch in, which I'm not using the 203 right now, so I think it has a C14. Oh, it do. Oh, it do have a C14. So this is why I can't have nice things. I've got just like fine art prints laying around on top of my repair equipment because I'm a crazy person. Here we go. Bang, bang! And give it the old plug-a-rooney. There's sawdust, or not sawdust, stone dust all over everything on this shelf because I had to drill it into the wall and I'm irresponsible. Okay, so we need to go positive to negative. I'm missing one of my binding post cover things, and that's... Oh, there it is. Cool. Alright, so positive and negative there. And then what we will have is positive go on here. And where is my negative? Where's my black probe? Probe. Am I losing my mind? Why would I have one and not the other down here? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. There it is. Okay, so what we will then do is I'm gonna plug this in poorly, I guess, and I'm gonna power them on and pray that nothing goes horrifically wrong. There, okay, so we're gonna set our amp limiter up. We'll set that to 3 volts. Make sure this isn't touching anything crazy. And I don't think you guys can see the screens, can you? Man, I feel like you can't read that. But either way, 3 volts, 0 amps on this one right now. And then we're going to turn this one down to 3 volts also. Oh. Maybe can I turn this? That, you know what, that might be readable to you. Come on with this. Jeez. So, quick review of the Tech Power 3030D. I like it, except for the knobs aren't infinite spin, and you have a fine and a coarse. So, if you turn the fine adjustment all the way up and forget that you did that, and then you're coarse adjusting to something else, and you want to turn the fine up again, you fucking can't. So you have to turn the fine all the way down, get close again with the coarse, and then tune it up with fine. It is way more annoying than I'm making it sound, and it is very annoying. So now we're gonna short these probes. Hey. So where are we at? Okay, so we're hitting amp limit on that. Man, these are both maxing out at 3.3 volts, which is 30%, no, 10% higher than their rated limit, which kind of makes me nervous, but you know what? You only live once. So then I'm going to... Oh shit, which probe is which? These look exactly the same. Okay. I guess I should make this so you guys can see it. What I'm gonna do is, just to be sure and just to be safe, I'm going to measure the... Why is this flipping all around? I'm going to measure the voltage total coming out of this. And if you're wondering if there's a good way to do this, nope. There we go. 6.07 volts. So, man, that looks real bad on camera, I think. I mean, you can see it well enough. 6.07 volts. So that means that it means 2 things. One, cool, this series thing worked. I did it. Hooray. And the other thing is, now I'm holding this and I'm paranoid about which lead is which, and I don't want to short this against my desk or something or damage something. So I just have to look at this Celtic knot situation that I've created and carefully separate them, and I did it. Cool. The other kind of cool thing about the series configuration, well, it's not like a feature that you'd go out of your way to find, but if I turn one off, there won't be power to the leads anymore. There will be only power to one lead, so I don't need to turn both of them off in order to worry about ESD safety and all that shit. So let's get to it. And in addition to not knowing what is short, I have no idea which side of the board it's on. So I only have rubbing alcohol. I don't have any freeze spray, so I have no real good idea if the short isn't just super obvious. I have no real idea how I'm going to find it. All right, let's pull up pads, because that is just the dead simplest way to figure out which one of these pads on this MOSFET was VCC main. Pads PCB files. This is an iPhone 6 Plus. Why do I have 3 of these files? This makes me nervous. I'm gonna vape about it. I am working on a... By the way, if it takes me like just forever to respond to a message in the chat, I'm pretty sure I've said this before. My bad. I get like distracted and I'm doing all sorts of crap and I just completely forget to look at the chat window. But I'm working on a 6 Plus that was no boot. Nothing happened to it. We can't figure out why. I got to the point where I figured out the MOSFET was heating up, like, oh my god. And so now I'm trying to figure out where the short is after removing the MOSFET, because the MOSFET was heating up because of another short somewhere on the board on VCC main. But there's no discerning characteristics for a failed component, so I need to dump power into VCC main and see which component heats up to figure out which one's short. And that's where we are now, with me putting these 2 power supplies in series to dump just a shitload of electricity into it. And, okay, we're in pads. And you know what? I might as well show this part too. You might as well see this. Transition, bloopity bloop. And here we are in pads, which, by the way, if you're a ZXW user, I mean, you probably don't need to be. I use pads pretty much exclusively. Is this real life? Are all of these VCC main? Kind of. I mean, not really. These are VBAT VCC main. So I guess, you know what? That's what the MOSFET's connecting. Don't listen to me. I'm dumb. All right. So any of these 4 will be good. Or you know what? I could just use the contact on C147, C1417. So I might just do that. Sorry. Need the nicotine. It's been a super duper shitty week. But I decided to stream tonight because I had a really awesome win with a water damaged 6S today. So feeling good. Feeling good. Wearing a Cuphead shirt. And that's why we're here today. Alright. Got my nicotine. Gotta get some sparkling water in my body. I almost just drowned. Shouldn't have been spinning while doing that. It's fine. Show goes on. Okie doke. And so, I don't want my jeweler's anvil. Let's go ahead. Let's double this up. Let's see if we can make it so you can see what I'm doing here. Externally. And also, you guys could probably, you know, like, if you see something starting to light on fire, warn me. Shouldn't have switched inputs until I had this little tripod figured out. My bad. Pads, I get a translation or like a font error every single time I open it, but the only thing I care about, which would be the net names, those are almost always pretty much flawless on there, so it works for me. I really don't know what is with this camera and focusing. Thanks, camera. I don't know what it wants from me to fix that error. I've tried a whole bunch of things. I think it's supposed to be in... It's like looking for a Chinese font. and I don't have that. But yeah, get an error every single time. Alright, so we're going to put our negative on... I'm going to double check real quick and make sure I put this on the right lead. Cool. I want the top one. And if this goes correctly, something should get real fucking hot. Okay, it is pulling max amps right now. I'm going to let it sit for a second. And then we're going to feel what got hot. So right now it's pulling a total of 2 volts at 6.6. So it's actually bucking 12 watts, which might be enough. Nothing's even fucking warm. Like, what? What is this? This is stupid. Come on. I think maybe it'll be easier to hold it like this. I don't like holding it on here for too long because I just always get the feeling that everything is going to be fine and normal until all of a sudden it's just like super not, and something's going to like blow up in my face. Wait, hold on. Okay. The stuff on the displays is like in a different arrangement on these two power supplies. So it's really hard for me to just like take a glance and see what's going on. Pop, 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 pop. Bop, bop, bop. Boopity boppity. Just holding this on here. I mean, there are multiple versions of the PCB files floating around out there. I do have several that just straight up don't open in my pads, but I've never had to translate anything. It's always been just install the latest version of pads, and then my pads files 9 times out of 10 just open up with a language error, but that usually only applies to the notes that are put around the PCB. All my net names usually show up in English just fine. Alright, and we're going to check it again. What I should do, so I don't have to hold these probes like this, what I'm going to do is solder a wire onto these contacts, and then just put alligator clips to my power supply. We'll just solder this to this spot right here. Ugh. Damn it with this syringe. Fuck. Okay. Do I have jumper wire that would make sense? I want something that will be long enough that I don't have to worry about them just drifting together. I think I actually did this exact same hunt for wire in the last stream I did that involved this phone. I apparently don't have wire strippers here. There's no strippers in my house. So, I'm gonna use a knife. I'm gonna do this the old school, old guy at Radio Shack buying coax way. Haha. What the hell? Did I cut the red wire that was in here? I sure did. Even though I know better, I can definitely hear a sound that sounds like somebody walking around upstairs in my house. And the reason I say I know better is because I live alone. Well, alone with 2 kids who aren't here tonight. It's just me. Fuck this red wire. Fuck it. Is there even any copper in this shit? What is happening? There we go. There we go. Blah, 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 blah. And we're gonna make this as short as possible. Force up that wire. We're gonna tin it. We're gonna tin that shit. And wow, the casing on this USB wire is bullshit. So, God, damn. Let's make that shorter. Cool. And solder that bitch down. What is going to be the best way to handle this? This way. Okay, that went well, actually. Let's make sure that's not bridging to there or to ground. Cool. Didn't expect that shit to work like that. Here we go. And I need an alligator clip. So this is our negative. And I'm just going to insulate this with a piece of a playing card because I just don't have the patience to tape an alligator clip right now. kind of worried that the clip that is making my whole series configuration possible is my only other alligator clip. Because shit. What can we do here? I've got a way to make this even more ghetto, and I'm going to do it. We're going to take one of these guys and I'm going to screw the probe into the binding post. And it's going to be awful. That's not gonna stay. Wait, does this binding post have a hole in it? Does it? Does it? No. This is a mistake. I wonder if I can just like set it in here. Just like jam the probe straight into the center. Can we make it work? Does it short? It does. Okay. So here we go. I have black set up as positive and a red as negative because I just wanted to make it as difficult for me to, you know, keep track of what's going on. So far, nothing feels hot. I'm just gonna let that sit there and roast whatever the hell is shorted. So how are you guys doing today? I'm doing all right. Okay. FM 202 got pissed off about something. Whatever. Anything getting hot? Anything a little bit roasty toasty? Something's warm. But not warm enough that I can tell what it is. If it's something just like stupid and there's a short underneath Tigris, I'm gonna be real upset with myself. Okay, so it feels kind of like it's coming from this area to the left. I don't think this is gonna focus. Oh good, that's directly in the way. Over here. Do I have anything I can point with? In this area feels slightly warmer there. Ooh, yep. That's where that boy is. Who is it? Who are you? But I can't tell which one it is. So, fuck. That is so much more zoomed in the camera than it is in my eyepieces. What the hell? How hot is it? It's so just like barely getting warm. So I don't know if alcohol is going to reveal our issue here. But we're going to try it. Is it boiling right there? Can you guys see that? That looks like some dang old boiling some dang old boiling alcohol. But it kind of looks like it's doing that in multiple spots. Let's go ahead. We're going to pull that for right now. And we're going to flip it over to this. Going to hop into pads, and we're going to see if anything over there is on VCC main. That one that had the old boilerino going on. This guy right here was the one that was getting hot. So it's probably that. It's probably that. I guess it could also technically be under the chip, but I doubt it. Let's pull it and see what happens. I wonder if I can just pull this with the iron. There's no need to do that. Okay. Whoop. Nah, let's not do that. Let's do this. Okay, so let me pull that up. And what do we got here for hot air? Got my narrow boy. Get up to that 55 airflow. Do I have a good grip here? Actually, I don't know why I'm not bothering to beep test this. I think I'm just excited. You know, actually beep testing is not going to accomplish anything because we already know that the line's short. Okay. It's just a capacitor. We'll just get rid of it. Wow, these tweezers are super not ideal. Didn't really think about my tweezer choice before I went ahead and started doing this, but come on. Okay. You can just test this cap by itself, I guess. However, that's always a pain in the ass. But I'll do it. I'll do it for the vine. new probes real bad. Okay, the line's not short anymore. So, let's cross our fingers real hard. And hope that I have a phone that has this MOSFET in it, because oh shit. Didn't really think it through with the old MOSFET thing. And somehow managed to pull a pad on that. Cool. But all of those are bridged together, so I'm not super worried about it. Let's turn off these power supplies, because having two live leads probably not ideal. And what do we got here? Does this 6S exist on... Does this MOSFET exist on a 6? Because I got hella 6s laying around. Let's find out together. Okay. So we're looking for Q1403. And we're going to go to... 6. A lot of the reference designators are the same between the 6 and the 6 Plus. So there it is. And where is it on the board? Probably right by Tigris, just like on its big brother. Q1403, money! So we'll just take this 6 board, which I have just decimated. Q1403 right there. Ooh. And we need his little buddy, the capacitor there. Cool. My hands are real shaky today. Thank God that little IC bump I did there. Jeez, 3:05 a.m. Stick around, you might as well pull an all-nighter now. My phone's blowing up. I don't know what the deal is. Woo! Woo! Almost got stabbed with a knife. Doing it for the views. Sorry, and if my watch has been going off this entire time, I apologize for that too, but I never stop getting notifications ever. So we're going to transition back. We're going to check orientation. And this doesn't have orientation, but pads will. And in case you didn't know, on any chip, the dot that's on the top of the chip corresponds to A1, so we just need to make sure that the dot is on the bottom left. And then pop that capacitor down. So I'm not going to worry about cleaning the pads because I'm wicked irresponsible. I'm just going to go ahead and use way too much flux because fuck this syringe. And we're going to protect Nand. Who dat? I'm going to send a voice message to my girlfriend real quick. Oh god. Okay. That's fine. I'm actually on a live stream right now. When are you leaving? Because my door is locked, but I can come upstairs and unlock it for you whenever. Sorry. Excuse me. Okay. Alright. Cool. I think there's enough solder on there to make it work. You may be saying to yourself, that's not how you do that. And you are right. You're so correct about that. This is not the way you do this. This is actually, I'm showing you like just the worst way. But I just really want to get this on here just to see if my MOSFET gets nuclear again. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. And before I do anything, I want to make sure I don't lose this fucking capacitor, because that shit happens to me all the time. Putting it on the Kaisi. And then here we go. Woo! He-ow. Wrong-o. So the reason I think I'm going to be able to get away with how shittily I've handled this chip situation and like reballing it or whatever is because I tinned those pads with leaded solder and there's really not much unleaded left on the bottom of the chip. So ideally this thing will just lock in and flow itself, which it looks like it's doing. I don't think it's hot enough yet. There we go. And settle in. Bang. And it's on there. Just kind of walked itself into place. Yeah, the middle pad just fell the fuck off. I have no idea how it happened. It was probably me with the iron being foolhardy, but also that thing was getting like 1,000 degrees instantaneously whenever a battery was connected, so it may have been a bad pad to begin with. But also, I'm wickedly irresponsible. That pad is non-essential because the other 3 pads surrounding it were bridged to it. So internally, that chip, it won't matter. It's not going to matter. I have to tell myself that, but it's also true. So, god damn it. And we're going to turn the airspeed down because I do not need to blow this guy out of the trailer park. I also have my metal block, my jeweler's anvil, in what is inarguably my least favorite spot for doing work with hot air, which is where my left hand would normally be, but I don't have a better way to configure this with the way that this chip sits on the board. So if it looks like hella awkward the way I'm doing this and as if it's my first day, that is why, because I really hate working with this block in the spot that it's in right now. Okay. Bingo bango. So let's cool it down. And yeah, it's the MOSFET right by Tigris. The one that goes from VCC battery and VCC main. So, once this is done, I'm going to go ahead, actually, while this cools down, and dismantle this ridiculous ridiculous setup I made to series these two together, these two power supplies. Just gonna throw it all on the floor for the moment, and then say that I'll clean it later, and then probably never actually do it because I'm a fucking renegade and do what I want. That's my phone. Do we have the 6+ guy on here? We do. So, power on the power supply. Power the power supply to 4 volts of power. And where's my other binding post cover? All right. God damn it. I don't have enough desk. Okay. Bingo bango. You do the wango tango. Yeah, my workspace is always crazy hectic, but nobody responds to it that way. I just get yelled at by my boss, which is why I like working in the home lab, because I can't get yelled at for how dirty it is. And it's not shorting, so let's see if we can get it to power on. I'm actually just gonna put it, gonna do the lazy thing and plug the power button flex in the frame, plug a screen into it, and then plug the battery lead into it. So if you'll remember, what it was doing before was when I would plug a battery into it, it would just become fucking nuclear on that MOSFET. So now, this time, what it's doing is not that. So, here we go. This is the moment of truth. Oh God, come on, Brad. Plug it in. Plug it in. Spatial relationships. Here we go. All right. Probably would help if I used the right lead. It's been a long week. I don't want to hear any criticisms. Power? Power? Oh my God! Oh shit! Motherfuckers. All I needed was another power supply to dump power irresponsibly into the circuit board. Oh! Damn! Let's go ahead and lay a playing card over those contacts real quick, and we're gonna just let this sit and do its thing. Here, we'll put a you know what? We'll live feed this. Boop. Okay. So here's this shit coming at you live. Man, I'm really happy about that. This is 2 wins today. Does it have touch? Yeah. Dope. What I'm gonna do right now is the guy who sent me this phone, this guy named Mike, he's a good gentleman. I'm gonna send him the message right now. Let's see. No life. Yeah. Boom. And so let's take a photo. Take photo or video. Selfie. We're gonna power this on so you can see it on the screen. Just got your phone working live on the internet. Oh man. Score. And there is the message. Haha! I'm real happy I got that. So that cap that was there, I could replace. I probably should, in fact, if I wanted to be smart about it. And I do. It's a decoupling cap. Let me see what else is in that line there. So, what was the reference designator of that? It was down here. It was C3219. So let's see, because I already have the 6 donor board out. So C3219. Yeah. C3219 RF. What are you? 15 microfarad. I bet there's actually this exact cap on the 6. Yeah, C3219. So I can just pull it. Jesus Christ. Okay. Fuck. Okay. All right. Okay. C3219. It's even in the same spot. It's so damn convenient. Cool. Sorry. Got really thirsty and I don't hydrate properly. Okay, so C3219. Let's go ahead and pull it. Let's go, Cam. Where did I put that donor board? I just like tossed it to the side like an asshole. Alright, there it is. Excuse me. So sorry. Okay. C3219. There it is. Give me that hot. That is one thing I really, really love about the 6 Plus. See you later, man. Have a good night. But something I really, really love about the 6 Plus and the 6 is that they share so many components and they have the same reference designators. And having a donor board of one means that you have a donor board of the other. And it's super wicked convenient. But that's hot. This is cool. Boop. I'm real excited that getting another power supply in here worked. And really, it didn't work exceptionally well, but it worked well enough to get the damn job done, so I can't complain. Alright, we're gonna orient this the way I prefer to work, because I just can't do it with the block on the left side. And I wonder if I'm gonna have enough room to use my D16 to tin that. Can you even see that? Okay. Let's try there. Let's try that and see how that makes you feel. can use a conical tip. Conical. It's probably too much solder, but whatever. Pretty sure these all bridge, so either way, solder will probably flow up. We'll see, I guess. If nothing else, I can just wick away the extra solder. Yep, too much solder. Look at me. What up? How you doing tonight? Alright. I'm gonna hot air wick this. Just to avoid disturbing things in the area. Oh, and my scope is way too zoomed in for this. Wow, and these tweezers are bullshit for this. Oh no. Come on. Come on. Okay. And now I can probably reflow it. Still too much, damn. Let's see if I can tease that last bit of solder out of there. Ooh-wee. Can do. Ah! Ah! Okay. Where are the damn tweezers that aren't the worst for this specific job? If you've been watching just waiting to watch me fuck something up, you did it. This we got there. Okay. You win physics. I'll remove some of the solder. God damn it. I really wish I had my ceramic tweezers here right now. Because these are not for this. There we go. Hooray. God, a cotton fiber. Wait, did I just grab the cap that was shorted? Did I just grab the shorted fucking cap? What am I doing with my life? Now I've got to test a capacitor again. Good times. Oh, that was the right one. Where are these weird fibers coming from? There's nothing green around here. I guess my green screen. I regret asking now. Okay, let's pull that fiber. And please, surface tension, take us home. Okay. So let that cool down there. Yep. Oh shit, I forgot to eat today. It's only 8:30 though. I was not expecting this to go as quickly as it did. However, if you're gonna place bets on whether or not, now that I've replaced that component, that this thing just doesn't turn on anymore, now is the time to place those bets. The safe money is voting against me because that's how it always goes for me, but you never know. Maybe this one will stay fixed. It's been a good day. It's been a good day for repairs for me. Just gotta shake it like a Polaroid picture until it's cool to the touch. And it is. Like I said, place your bets. You think it's gonna still work since I added that component back? I guess I could always pull that cap again because it's non-essential. But this is always, since I will, aside from putting the EMI shield back on, call this repair complete, I'm always paranoid that it's going to just rando stop working. Here we go. I think that was the bad cap. God damn it. Then where's the good one? Soon as I plugged it in, it just did exactly the same thing that it came in presenting with. So looks like I gotta pull that guy again. All that work getting that thing lined up right. Was that one right? The second one? Okay, so the bad cap, we're just going to get that far away from me. Just going to clear up any dangling solder loose ends I have here. Wet. Such is life. So that means that I just straight up lost the cap that I pulled specifically to put on this phone. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Does this look like real? Does it short? Whoa. It does. The problem came back. I fucking knew it. Why? Did smoke just come off of this, or is that something on my glasses? What's going on here? Well, shit. At least now I have the, Oh, thank you. At least now I have the tools here to provide enough power to adequately find the component fucking up. But what happened here? Okay, so it's not the same problem. No, it is. Why? Wait, is this the wrong one? Am I being a moron and pulling the... Oh. Ooh boy. Yeah, I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid and dumb. I put the wrong cap back on, and then, in order to remove the wrong cap, I then pulled the cap that wasn't the one that I replaced. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, mama. Okay. So let's try it again. This time with less stupid. Okay, so that means this cap is good. So this one's good. And I'm going to store that in a place where I will forget about it and never see it again. I forgot to follow. Oh yes, I can't see what you can see. Okay. I swear to God, if this shorts again. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. So, now I can put the good cap back. And I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of just burned out on the idea of replacing that cap that I ended up removing to fix the problem. I'm just kind of over it. So this cap over here. Wasn't this the shorter one? Hold on. Let's see what these go to. If they're just decouplers, I'm not going to replace either of them. I'm just not. Maybe Oleo 12. What the hell? $32.13. $32.13. These all RF lines. Yeah, these are all RF lines. So it's probably fine without them. Are these all the same? If these are all the same, 10 microfarads, they're not. So yeah, they're super non-essential. They're just decoupling caps. So I'm gonna leave them off. Not a best practice by any stretch, but I'm just gonna leave them off. Just gonna leave them off. I don't have a good excuse. I don't have a good reason. I just feel like this board has seen enough shit. So I feel like any further heating and cooling of the board is just gonna bring it closer to foobar. So gonna clean it up, put that EMI shield back on, call it a day. I guess actually before I do that, I'm gonna verify again that it boots. After the hospital, we head for the shore. Let's see. Trying to do the old tweezer button trick, but I've never been good at it. Here we go. Cool. I'm happy about that. I'm gonna post about it to Instagram. Let's take the perfect photo here. Touch working perfectly. If you missed my live stream of this repair, comma, you missed out big. Period. I still love you though. Period. But slightly less, comma, I guess, period. fix the one typo it made saying live stream instead of live stream. And boom. Alright. Well, I'm pleased. Pleased as punch. Cool. So all that's left to do is put the EMI shield back on and reassemble it. Mail doesn't go out tomorrow, so I have no reason to take care of all this tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and just call it a night on this one because I haven't eaten in like a real long time. Since like, I don't know, like 8 o'clock last night. So I want to eat. I need to do that to live. People require food, so I'm going to set that right there. And I'm going to say, as always, thank you for tuning in. It's a good time. I'm glad we had a success tonight. I will try and stream tomorrow because I have another Samsung phone doing some crazy shit. That's in my car right now. So I might live stream that. But thanks for tuning in, and I love you guys. I will see you next time. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. That's it. You can email me at brad@artofrepair. You can go to BG10K.com to bring you back to this lovely YouTube page instantly through the power of the internet. Brad Art on Twitter, Brad Ganley AOR on Instagram, Brad Ganley on Facebook. I don't know. If I don't know you, I might not add you. I don't know. Send me a message and be like, you're a cool dude. I watch your live stream. And I'll be like, cool, friend. And then we'll be friends for fucking ever. Okay? So do all that. But love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.